Hey Paul, just want to say thank you for agreeing to do this video. Obviously we know each other quite well and work together closely now.
Indeed.
I'd just like to, I know you've been on a bit of a career journey these last kind of 4 or 5 years. I'd just like you to share for people who we know that a lot of people are uncomfortable in their career where they are, and I know you were a number of years ago. I'd just like to explain where you are now in your career, and then obviously take us back to where you were 4 or 5 years and what's kind of happened in between that's made the difference really.
Sure. Well, right now I'm just recently qualified as a trainer of NLP, something that I made a decision earlier this year that was what I was going to do. So I'm in a great position at the moment to add training to my coaching business, which is something else that happened this year.
Wow.
Stuff that I'd kind of had planned for many years, and started really when I was, as you say, dissatisfied in the role that I had when I was working in corporate retail. The job was fine, but actually I just wasn't fulfilled as an individual. I couldn't see that being my future for another 15, 20 odd years or so, and that's where I developed an interest in personal development, of my own development and the team around me, which led me to coaching. And not really knowing how to explore coaching, I then stumbled across NLP. I was on a training course and NLP was mentioned. And as I made a few changes in my life and left retail, I then bumped into yourself and we discussed NLP, and that started my journey in my actual training with NLP to become a practitioner of NLP. And at the same time a motivational map practitioner, and I suddenly had these two tools in front of me where the path I wanted to go down to become a coach and help other people, I had the tools to do it. And through that period of time I developed those skills, did more courses, became a master practitioner of NLP, but still was waiting for that perfect moment to make that change, even though I had full belief in myself that I could deliver that. And a forced change in many ways of redundancy, which happens to a lot of people. I saw such a positive opportunity to then make that change, set up my own business, which was already in the background and I was already helping some people, but here it was an opportunity to become self-employed, to be a self-employed coach, have my own coaching business, which is continued to grow in the sense of clients as well as my ability, capabilities, confidence. And as I've just started with the training of to become a trainer of NLP, I would have considered it to be the pinnacle of my career, but I now actually feel it's like the start of my career as a coach and trainer. And so NLP is fundamentally underpinned that, and of course that's all come from working with yourself and the training that we've been on together.
Oh, well, thank you. That's great to hear, Paul, and I know it will be useful for people who are perhaps feeling a bit uncomfortable in their career right now and wondering what their possibilities are out there. And when, can I just, timeline-wise, can you remember when did you first do your NLP practitioner course?
I did my practitioner course, I think it was some 6 years ago now. Master practitioner followed a couple of years later. And I think a piece of advice that I'd give out there now is that as you come off those courses, you feel hugely energized and ready to make change. And many people do. But also, as in my own experience, sometimes that change isn't going to happen immediately, but suddenly you know that the change, you have the power within you to make that change. And it's important sometimes to not force that, and the timing will always work itself out, as it has for me.
Oh, wonderful advice. And I like what you said about the opportunity for redundancy. Many people would have seen that as a threat, but actually with the skills and the training that you'd had, it was actually the perfect timing for you, and you saw that as an opportunity. And obviously we know that we've just been having a different sort of conversation, and your business is now thriving.
Absolutely. And it's once that restraint that we often find that we can do a full-time job whilst building a different career or building a business, but we're never fully committed until that moment that you have, whether it's through redundancy or a conscious decision to make the change. Whenever that happens, that's when things truly start to happen.
Well, fantastic, Paul. Thank you for agreeing to this video, and I know that we'll continue to work closely together. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Bevis.